did bring
Citizens Minutes, 23rd edition. My name is Robert Wilkins. It is another beautiful but hot day on the plains on this Sunday in the month of July. We had two citizens that spoke at the Open Citizens Forum. One used a metaphor by banning and restricting ownership of dogs, like the council banned and restricted short-term rental. The other citizen spoke on no king. Under our U.S. Constitution, while the future of Auburn is not its growth, but its ability to integrate citizens in that future.
I want to begin tonight by asking you to consider a proposal specifically regarding dogs. Dogs can be a nuisance. They bark at all hours, disturbing neighbors who are trying to sleep and relax. They create trash, pooping in yards, on sidewalks, sometimes dragging garbage into the street. And regarding safety, dogs can be unpredictable. They might run into traffic, attack other animals, or even injure a child. These are real concerns, and we've all witnessed or experienced this at some point. What if we introduce an ordinance to ban dog ownership in residential neighborhoods? After hearing the problems dogs cause, wouldn't it make sense to restrict dog ownership to just certain parts of the city? Only allow them in select neighborhoods? Maybe we could draw a map. Carve out zones where dogs are banned completely. After all, shouldn't we protect neighbors from noise, trash, and unpredictable behavior? Of course not. That would be outrageous and people would vehemently push back, and rightfully so. Dog ownership is a normal part of life, and most pet owners are responsible. When there are problems, we don't punish everyone. We enforce existing rules to deal with the individual issue. Now let me bring this full circle. This city and the STR5 has already done exactly that with short-term rentals. Ordinance 3288 drew arbitrary lines through neighborhoods banning short-term rentals in some areas while allowing them in others. And the reasons used to justify that ordinance? Noise, trash, unpredictable outsiders. The same arguments I just made rhetorically about banning dogs. Let me be clear, I'm not advocating for banning dogs and pets. I'm simply holding up a mirror to your own logic. Most people would find it ridiculous to limit pet ownership in only parts of the city, yet that's exactly the same logic being used to strip homeowners of their rights when it comes to short-term rentals. Short-term rental guests are not inherently disruptive or dangerous, and certainly not more unpredictable than an unleashed dog. The reality is most short-term rental owners and their guests follow the rules, and when someone doesn't, that's why we have nuisance ordinances, noise codes, and law enforcement. Ordinance 3288 was built on fear and speculation. It imposed unequal rules on neighbors who live just feet apart. This is not about dogs or short-term rentals. It's about fairness, government overreach, constitutional property rights, and applying the law equally to all property owners. Tonight, I challenge you to rescind 3288. If you wouldn't accept a law that bans dog ownership on one side of the street while allowing it on the other, then you cannot, in good conscience and judgment, allow the same kind of patchwork ban on short-term rentals. Rescind 3288.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. We the people, America, the land of the free and home of the brave, just celebrated our 249th year of independence on July the 4th. This past June the 14th, America celebrated the U.S. Army's 250th year anniversary with an incredible military parade. Councilman Griswold stated there is no 1776 without 1775. So true, Councilman. But on the same day, our American freedoms allowed other organized rallies and demonstrations of no kings. Throughout this country, even 12 cities in Alabama, including the city of Auburn, with an estimated 1,000 participants. But there is no king in America because of what happened 250 years ago. Just a president was duly elected by the majority of the American people. If we had a king, there would be no elections, no Congress, no Supreme Court. But since there is no king in America, we have freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, freedom of the press, and freedom of religion. I'm happy to be an American citizen. The future of Auburn is not the population growth or the increased revenue, but the future is integrating all Auburn citizens by involving them in the future of Auburn. Many come from other parts of Alabama, the nation, and even other parts of the world, while having various talents, skills, and backgrounds. We're fortunate to have a good police and fire department, a good park and recreation, good education, good library, and good economic development, while improving our roads. But we can never be financially wasteful or complacent. Do not try to do everything yourself as a council member or as a city staff. Listen to citizens like me who may frustrate you to no ends. Isn't that right, Councilman Dawson? Look for the positive. If people want to help, figure a way to utilize their skills that will improve Auburn. Be open-minded. Do not let your pride stop from you being what is best for Auburn. Are you as a council member the missing link in making Auburn unique and special? Or are your efforts just to follow the same path that past council members and staff have followed? Does Auburn make you smile when you hear her name? We're all different, but great leaders learn to utilize that difference. You as council members, do not be average, be great. I'm proud to be an American. I hope y'all had a great 4th of July.
Martin Luther King said, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." Citizens question. Isabella asked, "Do you think that the city council should get such a big raise?" Well, Isabella, I have actually been pushing for more than a big raise. I really feel that the city of Auburn needs full-time council members to gain control of our overpaid city manager and overpaid management team that has totally dominated our council because of the lack of time and understanding of various situations. Please make comments or become a guest speaker on Citizens Minutes by going to nextdoor.com or youtube.com. Your council is only as good as the information that you gather. Good evening.